Hey everybody, episode 2 of the podcast is here. We are back. We are in the building. I have good news for you guys and some bad news. I'm excited for the conversation today. So let's start off with the good news first. Now, those of you guys who have been following my page past couple weeks know that I have been promoting this Haiti Open contest that I was in, and I really wanted to do this not necessarily to win the magazine cover, but I wanted to do this to have a greater platform to make an impact for Haiti. So a lot of you guys came behind me and were supporting me. I love you guys so much. Like, my community showed up for me like none other. So this was a Hot 100 Haitians competition. There were over 400 contestants who entered, and you had to make it out of the 400 into the Hot 100, right? And I'm going to tell you guys, what that entails and what is everything that it comes with. So the first good news is I did make it into the top 100 of the competition. So we thank God for that. So the people who make it into the top 100 get to go to an event in Miami with the other 100 Haitian Americans or just Haitians. And that's really an awesome opportunity for community, for networking, for building new relationships. So that's one of the reasons why I entered, because with my plans of what I want to do in Haiti, I told you guys that I've been working on things behind the scenes. I knew that I wanted to be in that room because I know that God can open doors, like just in how you position yourself. So I got into the Hot 100, guys. That is the first good news. Second good news, the next step of the competition was to make it into the top 25 of your category. There are 2 categories, men and women. So make it into the top 25 of the women, which thanks to you and your consistency in voting, I was able to make it into the top 25. Okay. So what the top 25 gets is they get an interview to be on the Haiti Open website, which is a big platform in the Haitian community, especially the Haitian American community. And I also wanted to get into this top 25 for an opportunity to really share more about my advocacy right now. I talked about that in episode 1. If you haven't checked out episode 1 of the podcast, go back and check it out and watch this. But be heard and be healed. Also talking a little bit more about my initiatives and what I want to do in Haiti, sharing more about my purpose and my calling. So I felt like it was an awesome opportunity to just share what God has me doing in my life right now and what I'm doing to impact the community and on a Haitian platform. So that is a second win. Thank you guys for helping me make it in the top 25. All right, now let's get to the bad news, but it's not completely bad news. And I'm going to tell you why, because I see the good in it as well. Now, I noticed that when it was getting closer to the people like in the very top votes, I do believe that there was some dishonesty happening for some people in their votes. I believe that some people were buying their votes, and I'm going to tell you why. I was approached, guys, almost 5 times. I think around like 5 times by different people on social media who were selling votes. Like, pay $70 for 1,000 votes, pay $50 for however 100 amount of votes. And you guys know me, I have character, I have integrity. I'm not going to sit out here and cheat. So obviously I didn't take up on those offers. But immediately when I saw that on several occasions, these social media pages were reaching out to me saying, we can get you votes. We can send you votes, and have you win your contest. I was like, it makes sense why there's people on there with thousands and thousands of votes. Within the first day, they had over like 2,000 votes. but their social media presence wasn't lining up. Like, how do you have 5 votes on all of your pictures on Instagram, or you don't even have a social media presence or an Instagram page, but you have 8,000, 7,000, 6,000 votes in the competition? Like, God sees what's happening, in the back end. I have that conviction. I know not everyone has that conviction, but I am not going to compromise my integrity just to win a contest or just for votes. And everything that I wanted to get out of this experience is also more important to me than just being on the magazine cover. The magazine cover is great and fun. You guys know I'm in my pageantry era. When I was a little girl, if you asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, I would say a model. So having the opportunity to grace the cover, that would be amazing, but not at the expense of my integrity, not at the expense of compromising. So, throughout the competition, I was encouraging you guys to vote. I want to give a big shout out to just my family, my mom, my grandma, my aunts, my uncles, everyone in my community, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law. Like, they had group chats and they were telling people in the family every single day, every 24 hours, vote, vote, vote. I want to just thank you guys, who were voting on here. You guys really showed up for me and supported me. And I don't know why I'm getting emotional right now, but I realize the power of this community and the power of the platform that I already have on YouTube. And honestly, even if I never did another platform, even if I never did another pageant or won another competition or online contest, God has already given me gold and value in the relationships I've built here and in the community I've built here. I decided to make coffee today. And if you see, what does this say? My cup runneth over. My cup runneth over because it is so true. Goodness, grace, and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. He prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. So I am not tripping out about making it in the top 15. I'm not gonna lie, it hurt me for a moment and I did shed a tear about it because I was so close. I was 15 votes away from making it in the top 15. And I knew that if so many people weren't cheating, I would probably be in the top 5 because all my votes were organic and real. So that hurt me because I was so close. It also hurt me because my family and you guys were really promoting it and sharing it. And we were in this together. And like I said, a win for me is a win for all of us. So a loss for me, even though it's not really a loss because I had all those other opportunities, but I was like, man, a loss for me. I feel like I kind of, let the people down who were supporting me, but the Lord had to check me real quick and be like, you didn't let anyone down. You should be proud of yourself for having that integrity, and you should be proud of your community for really banding together. And it gave me a bigger idea and a bigger picture to see, wow, if I can bring my community together like that and create this force and this strength to go against robots and computers that are voting, but I can bring my community together and just push me in this competition and almost even make it to the very top, then imagine what more we can do. Imagine what good we can do. Imagine what impact we can have. So that just revitalize my passion for this specific community. I'm going to say especially here on YouTube. I appreciate those of you on Instagram and stuff who are voting too, and on Facebook, but that just revitalized, reinvigorated my love for you guys and my passion to specifically show up to this place, because I do believe that God is specifically calling me to this place and to reach people through this platform, and I want us to do work together. Like I told you guys that there are some things that are behind the scenes that I have in the works, and I don't want to share it yet prematurely, but keep me in prayer for it. I'm still praying about it, but I want to let you know now that I want you guys to be my purpose partners on this mission, on this journey, as I carry out my purpose, as I carry out my calling. If you guys can come alongside me and we are all in this together, like there is so much impact and change that we can make in this world. So that is what I got out of this experience. I was like, I am so proud of my community. I'm so proud to see that we can come together. I'm grateful for my family, my friends, my supporters, but I'm proud of me for recognizing what's important and sticking to my values. I'm excited to still go, to the event. I'm sure God is still going to open doors. And when you honor God, like God's got you. God sees what's like he got me. He got me. So I've also been in a season where I've had a lot of wins. So that's why I was able to say, like, you know what, if this is not for me right now, then that's okay. That's not for me, because I've had, like, in this season, maybe 90 something percent of wins. So when there's like the 10% of where it's like, okay, I didn't win that, I didn't get that open door, okay, that relationship wasn't supposed to happen or take place, I'm like, you know what, it just wasn't meant to be. It just wasn't for me. And we have to know and trust that, like, if there's a certain door that closes and you did all you can and you were true to yourself and you operated in honesty and integrity and you just let go and let God and it still didn't work out, then honey, it ain't for you. And that's completely fine. And I had to come to terms with that. But my cup runneth over. I have my coffee today. I wanted to do something to give back. So stay till the very end of this video, guys, because I'm going to be giving some free coffee away to you guys. Okay. Hey guys. So we're going to take a quick podcast break and pause just for a couple announcements, sharing some stuff with you guys. So a lot of you guys on podcast episode 1, I was encouraging you to just do it, just step out and do the thing that you feel called to do. And some of you are inspired by me and saying you feel led to start a podcast as well. And I know sometimes when it comes to starting something new, when it comes to starting a podcast, you're like, what material do I get? What is the right camera? What is the right mic? What are the supplies that I need? And you're freaking out over it. So I wanted to help you guys out a little bit so you're not freaking out. My husband is the tech pro gear guy. He does all that research for me to really make sure that I have the top most up to par products. So what I'm simply going to do just to remove some of that legwork for you in your research, for those of you guys who do want to start a podcast, is I am going to link my podcast mic recommendations below, the one I use, as well as some other options that you might be interested in. So definitely check that out. Next announcement, in this episode, we're talking about my platform, Be Heard and Be Healed. And that's something that we talked about in the last episode as well. And I have an opportunity to do just that, Be Heard and Be Healed. We are hosting our all-white women's writers brunch happening June 22nd next month in Lakeland, Florida at the Cohatch Workspace downtown. Tickets are on sale. People have already started buying tickets. We have limited spots available because this is an intimate space. It's going to be amazing, guys. It's going to be a brunch, and you do not have to be a writer or feel like you've arrived and you're an author in order to attend. If you are just a woman and you want to be in the room and you want to experience our guided writing journaling experience, our special guest, Victoria Johnson, is going to be doing a guided writing workshop. She hosts a lot of these where she's from, and it's just so impactful. It's so powerful. So you are going to be guided. Even if you don't have experience as a writer, she is going to lead you on what to journal down, what to write. And it is a guided writing experience to facilitate inner reflection, healing, time with God. I love to journal with God. You guys know I'm a founder of a ministry called Dear Daddy, which I'm excited about. Dear Daddy is this month. It's going to be amazing. But yeah, I invite you to come out. We're going to be there for about 4 hours. Tickets are on sale. I have an early bird rate that I'm providing just to you guys. I am going to link it in the description, but to get the early bird rate and take advantage of it, you got to be early. You can't wait. This is happening next month, so make sure you make plans for it. If you're in Florida, Central Florida, Tampa, Orlando, or even South Florida or North Florida, drive down to Lakeland, spend the weekend with us. And even if you're not from Florida, you can definitely come in. There's 2 different airports. You can take the Tampa airport, Orlando airport, drive down. When you register, I give you guys hotel information on the nearest hotels to stay at. And the next day is Lakeland Women's Day. I'm going to be a speaker there, and it's a free event to attend. So make it an entire weekend experience. Bring your girls, bring your friends, your moms, your daughters, your sisters, whatever, and just come out just for a women's weekend. I will link the early bird link and discount below, and I would love to see you there. So let's hop right back into the podcast. But like I was saying, I feel like I am on the brink of like a breakthrough. I'm on the brink of something is about to pop off. Something is about to happen. I could feel it in my spirit because there's so many things going on right now behind the scenes. There's so many things that are like on the edge where I'm just like waiting for this answer, waiting to see what they decide with that. You get what I'm saying? Where it's like when that answer comes back, when that decision comes back, it could change everything. So that is a place that I am in right now. But guys, we still do not have a name for this podcast. Thank you guys for everyone who watched episode 1. One of you guys said I should probably call it Be Heard and Be Healed, since that's my current platform. I'm still thinking about it, still praying about it, still not sure. But if you have an idea of what I should name this podcast, right now it is nameless. If we can't come up with a name, we'll just call it the Karolyne Podcast. But if you have an idea, let me know. And speaking of Be Heard, Be Healed, when it comes to, seeing things that are happening that are dishonest, not good, or abusive or hurtful, and recognizing toxic environments. And I'm not specifically talking about the Haiti Open competition right now. Let me just make that clear. I'm not saying that that's toxic. I'm speaking in general because there's a lot happening in the world right now. And I see a lot of things. And I believe that we're in a season of exposure. God is exposing a lot of things in different systems, in different organizations, in different frameworks, in different spheres and arenas of influence. And there's exposure and exposure and exposure. And exposure is needed for growth. Exposure is needed for development. And a tool that goes hand in hand with exposure is speaking up and being heard and speaking the truth. And with my platform, Be Heard, Be Healed, it is so important for me now to speak up and speak the truth. Because in the past, I have been in situations where it's like, I don't know if I should say something. I don't want to hurt this person's feelings. I don't want to ruffle any feathers. And I regret it. I regret not saying that, because in those situations, that caused me to suppress some things that weren't good for my mental health, that I needed to be healed from. We talked about last episode how it's Mental Health Awareness Month. I talked about having someone you can speak to so you can be heard and get the help you need. I'm going to link BetterHelp in the description box. But I spoke up. I did send them a message for the competition. I said, hey, I do think that there were a few people cheating at the top. Do you guys verify the votes? Do you have a way to verify the votes? But just to be an advocate for myself and for what's right and for the truth. Sometimes we're afraid that our voice isn't strong enough, or we're afraid that our voice isn't important enough when it comes to big organizations and systems in place. And it's spiritual warfare. I think of the scripture that says we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, rulers of darkness in heavenly places. Ephesians 6, like, it is spiritual warfare sometimes. Like, these higher organizations, these places, these systems, it's a spiritual thing. There are rules set in place. There are laws. There are lawyers. There are contractual agreements. There are certain things set in place where it is intimidating to just one individual person. And sometimes you may feel like, you're stripped of your voice, right? But I believe that it's important to remind people that there is power in your voice, and to advocate for yourself and to not let anyone take that away from you. So that can help avoid other people getting hurt or being abused in the future. Like, there are so many stories of people dealing with church hurt or, maltreatment on the workplace or all these different things. But if you don't speak up, the other members of the church are going to be hurt. If you don't speak up, the other employees of the workplace are going to suffer. And I'm just using examples. So that is something that I've been thinking about. That's been something that's on my mind. Stand by what you believe in. Speak up so you can be heard, so that you can be healed, and so that you can pave the way for the next generation, the next community of people. And it's super important. So I have been navigating through that in my own personal life in different ways, seeing what that looks like, seeing how I can use my voice to affect positive change in a way that honors me and my values and what I believe in. So that is it for this episode. I am giving coffee. Coffee is on me to the first few people who use this gift card. It's probably not going to work for everybody, but I just wanted to bless a few people. And if any of you guys have an issue with Starbucks, I know Starbucks can be controversial. I just couldn't think of another giveaway. Please don't kill me in the comment section talking about stuff is wrong with Starbucks. Everyone has their own convictions. You don't have to use the gift card if you don't want to use it. But if you cool with going to Starbucks, there you go. Go to Starbucks, get something on me, but leave a comment and give me other ideas for giveaways that I can do in these podcasts. This is something I just want to start implementing to say thank you. So I don't know different giveaway ideas or giveaways people do, but give me some ideas. What are some giveaways that you guys would like? Let me know in the comment section, and maybe I'll implement them. If you enjoyed this podcast, leave it a thumbs up. If it's your first time on my channel, do not forget to subscribe. Let me know what is one of your greatest takeaways, and also share this podcast with a friend or a family member if it was a blessing to you. I want to do more of these talks, and I love this. I love this style. It's a shift from my usual videos where it's like I have a topic and I talk about it for 8 or 9 minutes. I love this transition and this new era and phase that I'm in. Just talking to you guys about things in the world, things on my heart, having these conversations. And yeah, I'm excited about it. So I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next podcast episode. Let's figure out what this is going to be called, guys. Leave me your ideas in the comment section. Until next time, bye.